Thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Suniga here with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups.
On a league loaded with shooters, does one stand out to you as the best?
That's a hard question to answer, but I really like the lefty, Kelsey Mitchell. Just about 40% for her career on major volume from beyond the arc.
Well, I think I'm going to have to go with Marina Mabrey. You know, she takes a ton of threes, but despite the high volume, she still shoots it at a high clip.
Heidemann. And a miss there on the triple. Outside Cunningham. Clark left side. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer.
How can you stop that? With a crossover that quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of him.
There's the foul. It's on Howard. That is her first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark. Screen by Smith. Inside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
Using that 6'4" length, Alana Smith converts down low.
About a minute into this first quarter. Clark outside from downtown. And another three for Indiana.
You know what? I don't care how far from the bucket she is. You've got to have a defender on her. She's just too good from long range.
Now here's Collier. Pass to Queen. From the arc. Not going to go that time. Now here's Clark. Outside Howard. Boston. Mitchell. Queen covering. She gets that one.
Well, in the paint, Mitchell's power gives her an edge. She's able to get around any defenders.
And first quarter of action, 2 minutes in.
You know, it's rare to see players stick in the same place, especially in this era. So it's special seeing Kelsey Mitchell on the Fever.
Well, she went second overall to Indiana back in 2018. And listen, there wasn't much winning for Mitchell her first 6 years in Indianapolis. But she never complained, and the Fever turned things around.
Fever ball.
Here's the Fever with the ball. Clark outside. Pass to Boston.
Cunningham.
The tray. She's off on that one. Now here's Shepard. She's covered by Clark.
Cunningham. Covered by Collier.
Down low. Takes it out to Clark. Again, the miss by the Fever. The Lynx trailing. Pass to Smith. Queen. Now Shepard. Collier inside. Working on Boston. Clock at 4. Heidemann. She's covered by Clark. Heidemann, no good. Here's the Fever with the ball. Mitchell outside. Back to Clark. Pass to Howard. The shot is good on the assist from Caitlin Clark.
Of course, going to the hoop. I wouldn't want Howard coming at me off the pick and roll. Goes to the hoop with a vengeance.
To the paint. Here's Collier. And again, no good by Minnesota. Pass to Boston. Clark. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Now Cunningham. They get it again. Another shot. It's not going to go for her.
And she doesn't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions.
Queen shot is good.
Nice feed by the forward. Collier has a solid passing skills for a big, a real new age front court player who does it all.
And here is Mitchell. Clark outside. Makes it off the glass.
Textbook. Nice pass, nice catch, nice shot.
Here's Heidemann. To the left wing. Another three for Minnesota.
It's a pleasure to watch her work at that end of the floor.
On the wing, Kelsey Mitchell. Queen covering. Clark outside. Pass to Mitchell. Here's Howard. Clark. Back to Howard. And stolen by Smith. For three, Nafisa Collier. The Fever pull it in.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The D got lucky.
Now here's Mitchell. Fires at the elbow. Hits the front of the rim and out. Now here's Smith. Defense right on her. Pass to Heidemann. Smith. She's covered by Cunningham. Shot's good by Smith.
That's where you like your shots to come from.
The Fever leading. Clark with it. 8 points for her. Mitchell outside. Back to Clark. Lets it go from deep. And it's Collier with the rebound.
And a return to the playoffs for the Fever in 2024. It was a huge step forward for the team.
For sure. Snapping a 7-year hiatus. And what's incredible is before that, the Fever went to 12 straight postseasons from 2005 to 2016. So this is an organization that is used to winning.
Now here's Clark. Pass to Howard. Mitchell. Boston sets a screen. To the middle. That's in there. Kelsey Mitchell with the assist.
And it's the ability of Boston to score inside that makes her so dangerous.
Now here's Collier. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Now Queen. It's stolen by Aaliyah Boston. Now Clark. Pass to Mitchell. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by Smith. And here are the Lynx now. They trail by one. Now Queen. There's the three. It's hauled in by Boston. So it's Indiana now. Now Clark. She's guarded by Shepard.
2 minutes remaining.
And here's Clark. 8 points for her. Boston. Queen covering. Shot by Mitchell. No good.
They got lucky. They got lucky. And the defense is taking a big chance, leaving her open behind the arc. I'm not sure I'm okay with that game plan. Just really good awareness right there on the assist.
Here's Clark. Outside Howard. Boston up top. Pass to Mitchell. 5 on the clock. Clark. Again, the miss by the Fever. To the inside. Queen. And great defense that time from Kelsey Mitchell. Now Howard. Back to Mitchell. Clark. Here's Howard. Off the mark, her first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Smith with it. 7 points in the game. Screen by Smith. Pass to Heidemann. Takes the 3. Yes, and it's Nafisa Collier with the assist that time.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Howard the screen. Caitlin Clark outside. And again, Clark missing. The Lynx with the lead. Heidemann, no good.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
Clark outside. And it's good! The buzzer! Wow!
What a 3 at the horn. They end the quarter on a high note.
I'll say, that'll give them a nice little lift to start the next quarter.
Yeah, let's see how it works out for them.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Lynx on top. They lead by 1. And quarter 2 will get underway just after this short break. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter going. And from what we've seen from the Lynx, what's your take so far?
Good effort. Very tight defense from them through the first quarter.
Really a big part of why they are up right now. You know, their defense has been on point.
Now here's Hull. Here's Boston. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
On an open look like that, she's just got a gift for making the weak coverage pay.
That's a surprising miss. She's almost always deadly when she's that open, even from way downtown.
Well, this recent era of WNBA hoops has been one defined by super teams.
Yeah, and those super teams generated an enormous amount of interest, which has really helped push the league forward.
And look, I think expansion is going to spread out some of that talent, which means we might be entering a new era, one that's characterized by parity. Well, Kayla McBride is a good free throw shooter. I mean, is there anything she can't do?
And good on both. The Fever trailing. Outside McDonald. Boston sets a screen. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Inside. 1 up, 1 down. She makes her first shot in this game.
Well, the inside defense tries to put the clamps on Carrington, but she makes a clever move and gets through.
Outside McDonald. Boston sets a screen. Out of bounds. It'll be Lynx ball.
Number 8, Sophie Cunningham.
And here are the Lynx now. Carrington outside. Pass to Collier. From outside the arc. And it's Cunningham with the rebound. Second quarter of basketball, just over 1.5 minutes played so far. Boston right side. An easy 2 points on the layup.
No stopping Aaliyah Boston. Too much strength.
Right outside. Williams. Pass to Collier. And there's a pick. The basket drops, and she gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up for her.
Shooting 1.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
What a run in the playoffs last year for Minnesota, led by Nafisa Collier.
Yeah, getting to her first WNBA Finals was a huge deal. Collier averaged 23-9 in those 12 playoff games, coming so close to winning her first title.
No doubt, when it comes to Minnesota, Napheesa Collier is the leader of this team.
I mean, she's someone you expect to put up 20, 10, and 5 anytime she's out there. She's been a Defensive Player of the Year. Collier, she sets the tone for the Lynx.
Carrington outside.
Pass to Williams for three. Knocks down the three ball.
You have to run at shooters like Williams. Can't let them catch and fire. She'll eat you alive.
Now a timeout called by Indiana. And a 2024 Defensive Player of the Year, Napheesa Collier.
And what's great about her winning the award, Collier does her defense with positioning and reading the game. At 6'1", she's got unique traits for a DPOY.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into this second quarter. Back to Mitchell. Clock at 6. Takes the three. And Queen pulls it down. The Lynx with the lead. Pass to Williams. Out to the wing. Right outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And here's Cole. And just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The three from Kelsey Mitchell. Indiana again missing. And here are the Lynx now. They've only given up 2 points this quarter.
Pass to Queen. The screen by Collier.
Back to McBride. Over Mitchell. McBride misses. So it's Indiana now. 9-point game. And here's Turner. Queen covering. Napheesa Collier with the block.
Not today. Collier, a very good shot blocker. Really good with her timing.
Just an incredible read on defense to come up with that block.
And really, those are the plays that get you out in front and also keep you out in front.
Outside Cunningham. Pass to Boston.
6 to shoot. Tries to snap the cold streak. Her shot is good. Scores her third basket in 6 attempts. I think that's 50%. Now Queen. Now here's McBride.
She's covered by Cunningham.
The three. Turner grabs the board.
Well, with a clear look at the basket, she doesn't really miss a lot of those.
Now here's Hull. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Now Turner. Fires top of the key. A shot by Mitchell, no good.
She has slipped into a real funk here.
Definitely. The basket is not looking very big to her at this point.
They worked it in nicely right there.
Indiana trailing. And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
Boston sets a screen.
Mitchell with it. Williams there. A shot by Mitchell. No good. Here's Queen. Misses the three. Pass to Mitchell. Oh, up top.
Boston covered by Collier.
Now Hull. Just three to shoot. Here's Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell missing again. Collier outside. Williams. Back to McBride. 11 feet out, and she hits it.
Making good use of that mid-range area. McBride's able to get herself lined up for the jumper.
And here's Hull. Wyatt so far offensively searching for first points of the game. Mitchell with it. Williams there. From past the arc. Kelsey Mitchell missing again. And the foul called on Nafisa Collier. That's her first foul. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
Now here's Mitchell. Queen covering. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Kelsey Mitchell for 3. Rebounded by Nafisa Collier. Here's Minnesota. They lead by 11. The largest margin of the game. And the foul called on Nafisa Collier. That's foul number 2 for her.
Great defense. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And coaches love players that are just not afraid to put their bodies on the line and take a shot for the team.
Here's Clark. She's got 11. To end the drought. And Queen pulls it down.
They had some box coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often.
And again, no good by Minnesota. Mitchell up top. Clark, pass to Hull. Now here's Mitchell.
Cunningham.
Queen covering. Back to Mitchell. Beyond the arc. Shepard pulls it in.
She's been struggling big time in this quarter, guys.
She really has tightened up. I'm just not seeing any flow to her game right now.
Check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates on the same page.
Mitchell with it. Clark outside. There's the triple.
It's hauled in by Smith. Pass to Queen.
From the wing. And it's Minnesota scoring again.
Fantastic pass. She made that a very easy bucket with the setup.
And it would take a major comeback for them to get back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, the chances of that happening are extremely slim.
Now here's Clark. She's got 11. Launches a 3. It's good from long range.
But for the defense, they got to talk to each other. Clearly in air, not getting out there on her three-point attempt.
Shepard the screen. Pass to McBride. Now Heidemann. Shepard the screen. Goes up, high post. That one rolling around and rims out. Now here's Hull. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Clark outside.
Another miss there by Caitlin Clark.
Now McBride. Screen by Smith for three. The shot's good. Kayla McBride making the play.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play.
The Lynx on top. They lead by 14. We'll take a quick break and then get back to the action. And welcome back as we begin the second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, but anything can happen. It's been quite the game for Clark.
I know we've said it about a million times already, but I'll say it again. She's had a great half, scored a lot of points.
And in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half she had. She can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
Here's Mitchell.
When you talk about the history of this great league, Minnesota went on one of the most dominant runs ever.
From 2011 to 2017, the Lynx went to 6 finals in 7 seasons, capturing 3 titles. With how hard it is to win in the W, in the amount of parity we have in the league right now, I'm not sure we're going to see something like that again anytime soon. It's very dangerous to leave her open like that. Lucky break to the D that she missed it.
Queen misses.
Well, most games she can hit from deep, but this game, it's not there for her.
Back to Mitchell. Clark fires for 3. Cunningham left side. Good, and it's Aaliyah Boston who picks up the assist.
Providing spacing with her shooting. Cunningham down the 3.
And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And here's Heidemann. Pass to Smith. Queen. And she can't answer back the three-pointer offline. Here's Clark. And we're about 1.5 minutes here into the second half. Back to Mitchell. To the paint. Here's Boston. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Well, she, for one, hasn't let them down, but a few of her teammates need to pick up the pace and pick it up fast.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to Shepard. 5 to shoot. Here's Collier. And yes, he's got the English that time as it falls.
Well, she's been reliable again today. They need her points, and she's providing them.
Timeout called the Fever.
ball. Boston outside.
Back to Clark. Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Lynx.
Those have been some terrible shot choices, Blake. That was not good at all.
They get the rebound. Pass to Heidemann. Screen by Smith.
Shot clock at 6.
Collier. She's covered by Cunningham.
From deep.
It's hauled in by Boston.
Mitchell outside. And here's Clark. Jacks up a 3.
Yes, great play by Aaliyah Boston to set it up. You know, there are a lot of ways that the WNBA has influenced the NBA, and a big one was with the Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah, that in-season tournament was a precursor to the NBA's by a few years, and it really just showed how much excitement and interest can be created.
I think it holds a special place for a lot of WNBA fans, the teams, the players, and fans. They all really enjoy the Cup.
Waved back in 2022, Alana Smith has had quite the rise.
What a journey it's been. I mean, she was basically out of the league. Fast forward to 2024, she's starting in WNBA Finals games as a key member for the Lynx. The Australian never gave up on her dreams.
And the first one drops.
The prototypical big for today's game. Smith can beat you inside and outside.
So she picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And the 2023 Rookie of the Year, Aaliyah Boston, is a treat to watch.
Oh, yeah, she's a lot of fun. Personally, I love her passing, ability to run offense through the post. Boston is such an unselfish player, team first. Traits that we don't normally associate with first overall picks like her.
Now here is Queen. 8 points for her. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Fever. Pass to Mitchell. Clark outside. The 3 is up. Drills the three-pointer.
Now, they needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
Yeah, and it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been terrific, too, during this crucial stretch.
Absolutely, Brian. You need both sides of the ball to get back in this game.
Here's Heidemann.
Pass to Collier. Over Mitchell. Nice touch on the shot from close range.
Looking real comfortable attacking around the rim. If you give Collier the rock anywhere near the basket, she's not going to disappoint.
Now here is Howard. The three-pointer, no good.
Heidemann.
She's covered by Mitchell.
Nafisa Collier on the wing.
Here's Smith. 6 for 6. She's yet to miss from the field.
On certain nights out there, Alana Smith can just take over. With her length and skill, it's hard to slow her down once she gets rolling.
Now here's Clark. She's got 20. Mitchell. The three-pointer off the mark.
Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark. Back to Smith. Collier. Screen by Smith. Pass to Queen.
This one for 3.
It's hauled in by Boston.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Mitchell outside. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Good call there. Her feet still moving when she set the screen.
And she sort of lowered her shoulder into her, too. A move you perfected, actually. But they were going to get her there one way or the other.
Now here is Queen. She's covered by Mitchell. Pass to Smith. Collier. Screen by Smith.
Releases. That one a tad offline to the right, but it drops in for her.
Defenders have to be careful with Collier's jumper. If she gets a clean look, she's usually going to capitalize.
Now here's Clark, and the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Number 77, Maria. Number 77.
One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Collier outside. And it's off from three-point range. Now here's Clark. She's guarded closely. And a shot by Howard, no good.
Just like me, 9 times out of 10, she's going to bury the three when she's left all alone like that.
Drains the three-pointer.
Don't underestimate Collier's ability as a distributor. She'll make passes that make you say, wow.
Now here's Mitchell. Queen covering. Back to Mitchell. To the right side. Clock at 6. Boston sets a screen. Caitlin Clark outside. And out of bounds, the Lynx will take it. Here's Queen. McBride outside. Pass to Williams. Puts up a three. Caitlin Clark pulls it in. And it's the Fever ball. Down by 15. Here's Boston. That's in there. Kelsey Mitchell with the assist. Now a timeout called by Minnesota. They have a really solid lead at this point.
Definitely. On the other side, really not much resistance put up.
McBride outside. Let's go with a three. And the rebound goes to the Fever. Hull with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Pass to McDonald. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Williams. Here's Boston. That ball is good for another field goal, her 6th, and she's at a 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. McBride outside. Back to Williams. Lets the three fly. Caitlin Clark pulls it in. Here's McDonald. Yes, what an assist from Caitlin Clark.
Well, if she's hitting from 3, McDonald becomes an impossible matchup for whoever gets her assignment.
The Lynx with the lead. Carrington outside.
There's a screen. Deflected and stolen by Boston.
Now the Fever moving it up. Now here's Hull. Defense is right there. And there's the call on Carrington. That is her first foul of the game. The Fever making a switch here.
First team foul. Into the lineup for Indiana. Number 8, Sophie Cunningham.
Now here's Hull. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Cunningham.
McBride covering. 2 on the clock. The 3 ball. That shot, no good.
Carrington right side. On the wing, Courtney Williams.
They need this. Oh, no good on the buzzer beater. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Lynx ahead, up 8. And time for a short break. Stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And here are the Lynx now. They're leading by 8. Right outside. Pass to Williams. Connects from three-point range.
That's just a defensive breakdown. I mean, she is not the player you want to leave open from the perimeter.
Outside McDonald. Cunningham up top.
And so she draws the foul on the shot. Trip to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Nafisa Collier.
Well, one thing you love about Sophie Cunningham, she's never afraid, brings this squad relentless energy.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one's off. And she's good on the second. Now Williams. Right outside.
Pass to Carrington.
Over Mitchell. And the basket by Carrington.
Putting those guard skills to work. Carrington with the quick trigger.
Here's Hull. We've played just over a minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Colson. And stolen by Collier. And here's Williams. McBride. Pass to Collier. The 3. Rebounded by Colson. And it's the Fever ball. Looking to get back on track. And Mitchell with the lay-in. Good.
Down there in the low post is where you want to create a lot of your offense.
Up top, Williams. The fader. Doesn't go that time. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Down low. And foul called as she misses. She's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Well, watching the 2024 playoffs, you felt so good for Kelsey Mitchell.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, here's someone who had never been close to the postseason and then makes her first trip in her 7th year. And she showed out, dropping 21 in her playoff debut.
And she can't get the first one.
And Mitchell understands her role on this team. She's out there to score as often as she can.
And the second free throw, good.
And here's Queen. Outside Williams. Pass to Queen. Here's the three. But they'll get another chance. Offensive rebound. And good that time.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Now here's Hull. Mitchell. To the middle. Williams with the steal. Pass to Collier. And she was fouled in the act of shooting, an opportunity for a three-point play.
What power from Collier, taking on all comers and figuring out exactly how to score.
Shooting one.
The Fever ball. It's a 14-point game. Pass to Cunningham. Now Colson. Turner a screen. To the paint. Minnesota grabs the miss. Here's McBride. Courtney Williams for three. Buries the long-range jumper.
It's been all one-way traffic here. They've really been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get.
It just keeps increasing.
Here's Colson. Pass to Mitchell. Here's Cunningham. Will it go? Indiana again missing. Now here is Queen. Guarded closely.
And it's Cunningham with the rebound.
And here's Colson. Now Mitchell. Inside. And stolen by Nafisa Collier. Pass to Queen. Three-pointer. Here's McBride. Off target at the rim. And it's the Fever ball.
Trailing by 17.
Now Turner. Now Colson. Right side Howard. 6 to shoot. And off target on the 15-footer.
Well, she's a player who, with a wide open look, will rarely miss.
It's snatched up. And terrific work on the offensive glass as she picks up 2.
Just a huge hole in the defense, and she didn't waste any time going through it.
Pass to Colson. To the inside. Howard, that's good.
The closer to the hoop, the better Howard is. Tremendous touch plus athletic ability.
They're enjoying a commanding lead.
And you know the best part, it gives them an opportunity to give their starters a rest.
Yeah, they might not have to come back in. Time called here. The Lynx decide to talk it over. So the Lynx now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Queen drains it from beyond the arc.
You're just asking for trouble if you let her roam free in three-point range.
And they've been looking at a sink offensively.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball at one end with their own.
A three-point battle starting to take shape here.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to Shepard. Nafisa Collier on the wing. She's covered by Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. Tried to come right back with the three of her own, but it's no good. Now here's Mitchell. Now Howard. Clark outside. Boston sets a screen. Mitchell. Fires from 14. And the shot no good. A bit short. Pass to Queen. Shepard. She's guarded by Boston. Here's Heidemann. Collier left side. Good work defensively by Sophie Cunningham. And here is Mitchell. That three off the mark. Queen with the ball. Pass to Shepard. Heidemann. Here's Smith. Guarded by Howard. Down low. Tries from the block. Shepard can't get it to go. Now here's Mitchell. Queen covering. A shot by Mitchell. No good. Here's Heidemann. Pass to Queen. Now here's Smith. Nafisa Collier for three. Aaliyah Boston grabs the miss.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting her get that wide open.
Now here's Clark. And they call an illegal screen here.
The idea of setting a screen on that play, it was the good idea, the right idea, but the execution was not.
Yeah, you really want to set a hard screen, but you also want to make sure it's a legal one.
Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark. Pass to Smith. Screen by Smith. Here's Collier. Busts the J after a cagey pass fake.
That just adds to what's probably already an insurmountable lead. I think they'll be leaving here with a win.
Yeah, hard to imagine any other outcome than the one that's staring us right in the face.
Timeout called the Fever. Outside. Clark outside. Heidemann grabs the miss. Man, And they're in complete control.
Everything they're doing, it's been working out. Wow.
Pass to Smith. Yes, once again for her on an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
They've been able to depend on her offense all game, guys. She's just not wasting any chances, any shots she's had.
And if they want to make things even easier on themselves here late in the ball game, I got an idea. Just keep getting her the basketball.
Now here's Clark. Here's Cunningham. No good on the 3. Now here's Collier. Pass to Shepard. Smith. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to the spurt that they're having.
And why put on the brakes now, Tim? I say just keep on firing.
Man, Brian, you want to run up the score?
And here is Mitchell. Clark outside. Six on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Fever. Here's Queen. So we see the Lynx taking the W here. They poured it on tonight. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
This game really a defining game for what they can do when they're playing at their best. Being here at home helps, but the execution anywhere was terrific.
And that's a wrap, everyone.